The diner was quiet that evening, the kind of small-town place where the smell of coffee and fried eggs seemed to stick to the walls. A single dad sat at the corner booth, his little girl across from him, giggling as she dipped French fries into her milkshake. His worn jacket and calm eyes didn't make him stand out much, except for the tattoo on his forearm. It wasn't flashy, just a small symbol, worn and faded, the kind of ink only a few men in the world truly understood. But trouble had a way of finding him. A loud group of men entered, the type who liked to draw attention. One of them, bigger than the rest, noticed the dad and smirked. "Look at the tough guy sitting all alone with his kid," he sneered. His buddies laughed, and his daughter's smile faltered. The dad stayed calm, urging her to finish her food. He had promised himself long ago not to let anger lead his life. But bullies smell peace like weakness. The man approached, leaning over the booth, mocking the little girl's pigtails, then turning his taunts on her father. "You hiding behind tattoos. Bet you don't even know what that mark means," he said, pointing at the ink. The veteran's jaw clenched, but his voice remained steady. "Please, my daughter's here. Leave us be." The bully wasn't done. With a cruel grin, he slapped the veteran across the face, loud enough to make the diner freeze in silence. Forks dropped. A gasp swept the room. The little girl's eyes filled with tears. That was the moment something changed. The dad didn't shout. He didn't lunge. He simply stood, calm and deliberate, placing his hand gently on his daughter's shoulder. "It's okay, sweetheart," he whispered, before stepping into the aisle. The bully, drunk on his own arrogance, laughed. "What you gonna do, old man?" he mocked. But his laughter faltered when the veteran rolled up his sleeve, exposing the full tattoo. A hush spread through the diner as whispers began. Those who recognized it stared in shock. It wasn't just a tattoo. It was a mark carried only by Delta Force operators, the elite of the elite, the soldiers who completed missions most governments never admitted happened. The bully's face lost its color. The veteran's movements were precise, disciplined, not wasted. He didn't throw wild punches, he controlled. In less than 5 seconds, the bully was face down on the floor, gasping for breath, his arm pinned in a lock that made him whimper like a child. The dad leaned down, his voice low but firm. "Strength isn't about hurting people weaker than you. It's about protecting them. Remember that." Then, with a calm grace, he let go and returned to his daughter, who now looked at her father with eyes full of pride. The diner erupted in quiet applause, not because of the fight, but because of the dignity with which he carried it. The manager offered him and his daughter their meal on the house, but he politely declined, leaving a few bills on the table. Before walking out, he glanced back at the room, where silence and respect had replaced mockery. That night, as he tucked his daughter into bed, she whispered, "Daddy, you're my hero." His eyes softened, and for the first time in years, he allowed himself a small smile. He had fought countless battles in foreign lands, faced enemies most men couldn't imagine, but the greatest honor of his life was being her father. And here's the message for you watching: strength isn't in fists, or in proving yourself to strangers. Real strength is in love, in protecting those who depend on you, and in walking away when you could destroy but choose to build instead. So if this story touched you, remember to hit the like button, subscribe for more inspiring stories, and share this with someone who needs reminding. Legends don't always wear medals. Sometimes, they're just single dads in diners, raising their children with quiet courage.